as I was sitting there or laying there, I was just like, man, this is crazy. I'm 30 years old. I feel like I'm in probably the best shape of my life that I've ever been in, and I've had these problems going on. What's going on? It was irritating. It was bothering. All right, good morning, everybody. So if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you may have seen a picture recently pop up of me in the hospital. So, bracelet and all. I'm gonna explain that. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast here. So go ahead and watch this next clip, and after that clip is over, I'll explain everything that happened.
It's been a crazy turn of events. So I was fine earlier, sitting at the computer, and then my heart just started beating crazy fast. Not sure why. It started beating fast, freaked me out. Never had anything like that happen before. Called the ambulance. First time I've ever had the ambulance called. Didn't ride in the ambulance. Come here in the car, and here we are. Now I gotta get a thing of test ran on me and all that. Make sure we can figure out what it is. But according to the little thing up there, it looks like I'm doing alright, so I guess only time will tell.
Alright, so as you can see, I was in the hospital, the bed, feeling very lethargic, not very, fully aware of what was going on. So last night, I don't know when you guys are going to see this exactly, but we'll just say on the 17th at night, it started about 10 o'clock or so. I started feeling very dizzy. So I was super dizzy and not very nauseous yet, but I was sitting working on my computer. Wife was still up watching some TV next to where my computer's sitting at, and I just started feeling more and more dizzy, and I didn't know what the problem was. I'd eaten already, was drinking BCAAs. I didn't know what the problem was. So all of a sudden it just hit me. I was super dizzy, and my heart started just feeling weird, right? So I stand up, and I tell her, I'm like, hey, we need to go to the hospital. So she's not sure how to take that exactly, because she's just like, really? You really need to go? And I'm like, yeah, we need to go. I took about 4 or 5 steps forward, and I stopped. And I was like, no, forget the hospital, call an ambulance. So we called the ambulance, and they got here. While we were waiting on them, though, when I was standing there, not moving, I could feel my heart just ramp up and start racing. Beating the hardest I've ever felt it beat. It was, I can't even describe it. It was so weird. Not like if you were doing cardio or something like that beating. It was beating really hard, and I could just feel it like it was gonna burst out of my chest. I sit down on the couch here, and I started breathing deeply, trying to make sure that I wasn't going to pass out. Ambulance got here, ran all their little tests, blood pressure cuff, glucose levels, everything they could think of. They were the first responders. Then the second actual ambulance got here in their big ambulance vehicle, and they brought in an EKG. Hooked me up to the EKG. Everything still ran fine. So we had no idea what it was. So we told them, okay, well, she advises still to go to the doctor. I did not want to take an ambulance in there or anything like that, because I didn't want to take an ambulance or anything like that in there, because they're expensive, and I wasn't feeling that bad anymore. It feels like it had come down. So I didn't know what the problem was, didn't know what happened. Just felt that it had come down, right? Megan and I got in the car, left, and went to the hospital, which isn't very far away from us. It's about 10-15 minutes. So we were driving. About halfway there, it started again. So I just got, everything started beating again. You get that feeling like you're gonna throw up, that sick feeling like you're just gonna vomit, and it's the way it felt. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what's going on to me. So I told her, I said, we gotta get there quick. So we got there a little bit quicker. She sped up, got there a little bit quicker, got into the emergency room, got all the paperwork stuff, all that signed. Waited out in the lobby, and I was still feeling dizzy, lightheaded, nauseous, just everything. My heart wasn't messing with me anymore like it was before, but it was just crazy. So finally we get back to the room. They're going through their number, hooking me up with EKGs, hooking me up with the O2 sensor, hooking me up with just everything they normally would for you in the emergency room. As I was sitting there or laying there, I was just like, man, this It's crazy. I'm 30 years old. I feel like I'm in probably the best shape of my life that I've ever been in. And I've had these problems going on. What's going on? It was irritating. It was bothering me. I still felt lethargic, still felt dizzy. I had no idea what was going on. I was expecting it. Honestly, guys, I thought it was like a heart attack or something. I'm like 30 and like I'm having a heart attack at 30. This is crazy. They ran all their tests and everything. All blood work came back, and they were pushing just saline, just liquid, and I don't go to the hospital. I don't like going to the hospital. This is the first time I've ever been to the hospital. First time I've ever been hooked up to anything. And the saline drip, when they're feeding you the saline or whatever, it's weird. It's super cold, and I have no idea how to explain that. But that was just something new to me, and I didn't like it. But anyway, I was taking the saline. The doctor was asking me what was going on. If I take any new medicines, anything like that. I had pre-workout the day, BCAAs plus my vitamins, nothing huge. He's like, alright, so they're running panels on me, running tests on me, thyroid, all that fun stuff. He brought in another bag. I hung another bag up. I'm like, alright, well, I'm going through my second bag of saline. So she told me, she's like, well, we got your panels back and everything, so we're going to push another bag of saline, then you'll be able to go home. I'm like, alright, so apparently it wasn't anything too serious. Doctor comes in, says, hey, you were very dehydrated. He's like, your kidneys started, more or less shutting down. That's not the word he used, but he used a different term as far as my enzymes in my kidneys were very high and boosted, and they were shutting down. So he's like, well, the way it happened was, since I didn't have hardly any water that day, because I only had like literally one drink of water that day to take my vitamins. That was pretty much it. I was drinking coffee, then I drank pre-workout, and then I was drinking BCAAs. That's all I've had. It wasn't because I didn't want to drink water or anything. Don't think that. It was honestly because I didn't think about it. I didn't feel thirsty. I'd forgotten. I'd just totally forgotten. And once I get to the gym and I drink my pre-workout and then drink my BCAAs, I feel kind of full of water, full of liquid at that time, at least full enough that I don't feel uncomfortable to work out. So he's like, yeah, your kidneys were having a hard time just processing, working. I'm like, alright. He's like, in conjunction with that and the pre-workout, your kidneys weren't able to flush that out, and your heart rate started rising because of that. I'm like, well, that makes sense. So, moral of the story, guys, I mean, I'm trying to become, you guys know, if you're familiar with my channel, I'm trying to become a personal trainer. Water is just something you should know to do, know to drink, and why I didn't, I have no idea. I mean, like I said, it wasn't on purpose. I didn't do it because I was trying to prove a point or anything like that. I seriously just didn't think about it. So I've had this jug for a while now, and I normally carried it. Last year I carried it with me. I tried to drink a gallon of water. That's half a gallon. I tried to drink a gallon of water a day. Why I haven't this year, I have no idea. It just slipped my mind. All I'm trying to say is, guys, don't make the same mistakes I did. It's very scary, very scary. Try to drink as much water as you can throughout the day, especially when you're in a cut, especially when you're dieting, and just for health in general. So that's what it turned out to be. It was just water. It was just dehydration, extreme dehydration, I guess. It's not the word he used, but that's how he kind of took it. And that's all there was to it. After I had 2 bags of saline and I came home, I was feeling fine. There was like nothing had ever happened. Just sharing my story with you here, just to kind of let you guys know what happened, because some people expressed concern, and also I just want people to not make that same mistake. So even if you don't feel like you're thirsty or don't feel like you need water, definitely drink water. Just to have yourself some water, because if not, it could really do some damage. I mean, like, really bad. If you like the video, guys, make sure to give us a like, give us a thumbs up down there. Subscribe if you guys are new. I'd love to have you. Honestly, this doesn't happen a whole lot, so make sure to check through the other content, see if you guys like the channel. I'd really appreciate it. If you do like the channel, then drop a subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And teach their own.